Yesterday's video inspired me to sort of do my own deck profile today. Um, I'm still very proud of my brother. He did a great job up at Columbus. So I am not on Goblin Bikers. I am on Sky Striker still, and I have very few in IRL, in real life, test hands. However, going through extensive testing otherwise, just an insane amount of test hands at home, and a lot of theory crafting for the meta. This is my version of Sky Striker right now. So I'm only going to do the main and the extra today, but we're going to get into it. So we're going to start with the striker cards, obviously, and honorary striker cards, which is about half the deck here. So we are obviously playing 3-ray, and we're going to play the 1 Rose. You still can't cut Rose. Rose is insanely good for OTKs if you don't have access to some other stuff that comes up later on, but Rose is just very good. So we're at 4. Best card, obviously, in the deck. We are going to play 3 Engage. It's everything for you, so you have to play the 3. We're going to play 3 Widow, and I am still playing 3 Linkage. I tested 2. It was not great. You go through your resources pretty quickly when you only have 2. So I've done a lot here, and I'm going to stick to my 3. But, I mean, just as a little spoiler here, we're not going to play Kinda in the extra. I've done some other things that I prefer more and that have come up more. So 3 Linkage to me is still where I'm at. I know a lot of pro players are playing it at 2. However, I'm really comfortable with it at 3. So those are my 3 evs. I actually only have 1 that I play at 2, and that is going to be Shark Cannon. I still play 2 Shark Cannon. Rizel is very good with Graveyard, and you want to be able to interact with that. And with Called By being limited, this is at least searchable, so that way if they make you go first, I play a blind second build, but if they make you go first, you have some interaction with their graveyard. I was playing this at 2. I have cut it back to 1. The card's still very good. The card is, your recursion is this card. So playing multi-roll at 1 has been a little weird, but it's worked out so far. I'm going to play 1 Burners, and I am going to play 1 Drones. And now we're going to get on to the Honorary Striker cards. These are cards that you still have to play in your engine. It's 1 Rhoda and 3 Thrust. Thrust is any card you want. So if you're blind second, let's say they ash your Engage, you Thrust, guess what? You're just going to grab another Engage. It's no big deal. You can grab Engage, you can grab Burners, you can grab some of the other normal spells we play later on, but realistically you're always going to try to reach for that Engage. And they are beautiful as PCRs. Okay, so now we're going to do our draw cards, and this is where I'm going to get a little bit of hate. We are playing the 3 Upstart, but because I'm not playing Desires, I felt like I could cut the multi-roll to 1. It's worked out so far. I am playing something else instead. I hate to love this card. So 1 Pot of Avarice is important here. The Pot of Avarice allows you to recur your resources. It's never dead. Let's say you open it with, it and Engage is multi-roll and full combo. So, like, you open it with hand traps, and your normal turn, like, you still go through 5 monsters sometimes while leaving Array in grave. So it's important to me to see the Avarice. The only problem is you do have to shuffle back all 5. You can't just shuffle back up to 5. So it's important, but late game this card is just absolutely busted. Early game it's never dead. You can send it with multi-roll. You can do a couple different things there if you want. Linkage, it's never dead. Okay, so now we're going to talk about 6 board breakers that I'm playing, and I'm only playing 6 because I'm going to do hand traps as well. I feel like the hand traps are just better this format, but some of these board breakers are amazing. We're going to play 3 Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse is just insane. yeah, they get to draw a card, whoop-de-doo, they can ash it, who cares, then you can thrust. So Book of Eclipse is very good this format. Lots of Rizal. It's not as good against Malice, but you can side that out for some side cards. And I'm not going to show my side today. I've been working on it pretty extensively. But you all can come up with your own sides right now. We're going to play 2 Droplet in the main, and we're going to play only 1 Talent. Now, I was on 2 of this. I think this card is insane. And if you watched the biker video yesterday, you heard me talking about it with my little brother Ryan. This card is very, very good. So they do anything on your turn, you're just going to talents. And with Striker, we sort of have an in-engine talents if you're going to take. We have Widow Anchor. So with some of the cards we're going to play in the extra, it's important, but it's really not overly important in Striker. With Thrust, we can add this, yeah, but we can also add burners. We can add your Engage, which is going to be usually the better play. So that's it for the board breakers. We're only going to play those 6. And now we're going to do some hand traps. So for my hand trap lineup, I've done a little bit of changing. The only ones we're going to play at 3 is we are going to play 3 Ash, because to me it is the best hand trap, as well as 3 Imperm. So other than that, we're going to play 2s. We're going to play 2 copies of each of the following 2 here. And I'm a little bit concerned with these because of the amount of shifter that we have, just to be honest. With Malice, with Rizal, with some of the other decks that can just main deck shifter, it's a little bit interesting to play these 2. But we are going to play 2 Ghost Ogre, and we are going to play 2 Veiler. Veiler's important. If anything, you can cut the Ghost Ogres inside them and then up the Veilers and play 3/3/3. If you watched the video yesterday again, you heard me talking about I really only like 2 Veiler at a time, but my little brother's on 3. He says it was wonderful. He loves seeing it. It's just, personally, this is where I'm at on hand traps and board breakers. So we have 16 total non-engine cards. And now we're going to get on to our extra here. So the extra is becoming more and more standard. It depends which version you want to play, but overall, I mean, the extra is going to get really standard here. We're going to play almost every Sky Striker name. We're going to play our 3 Kagari, best in the extra, in my opinion. And then we're going to play 3 blue, 3 Shizuku. We're only going to play 2 Hayate right now. Sorry, a little bit of glare there. We're only going to play 2 Hayate right now. So Hayate is really good still, but the way that I'm playing the deck, I'm blind second. Hayate is a great going second card, but because we're playing 1 Zeke, 1 Azalea, we really only can fit 2 Hayate with some of the other extra decks that we're playing. You would have to choose to cut some stuff, like you could choose not to play Azalea and up it, you could choose not to play Zeke and up it, but with back row and some other things, I think 3/3 2/1/1 is the best. We're not playing Kaina. It's just it's interesting, honestly, but we're playing 10 striker names, so I mean it's pretty important. Okay, so our last 5 here, we're going to play 1 SP, and this again, if you would rather SP be a Hayate, you can do that. I'm playing the 1 SP, and then I'm playing essentially an OTK package. I'm going to play my QCRs. Sorry, shout out to Connor there. My quarter century rare Dark, Selene, and access code. Essentially, all you need here is Selene, or the Dark for Selene. So let's just say they have any Dark Engrave, that's going to get you to the Selene. Selene's going to revive or special your Veiler from hand, which is going to get you to an 5300 access code. And access is just so good right now, just to be honest. So you've probably already cleared the board by the time you put this out there, but 5300 to the face is huge. And my last card that I'm playing is going to be the Zeus. So this card is just too good to not play. Well, you're playing a talent, you're playing 3 Widow Anchors. It's just too good not to play. Like, you can take Duo Drive after it detaches and blah blah blah, and now, or before it detaches, and you have a 3 material Zeus. It's at least 1 board wipe. I've actually taken somebody else's Zeus with 2 or with 3 materials, taken it, and then like have a 4 mat Zeus. So it's huge to me. But that's my version of Sky Strikers right now in the January format. I think this deck has performed very well in testing, and I've played a couple IRL matches with it. It's nothing extensive, but I'm really enjoying the deck. I think it's super interactive. I think it's always interactive as a going second version. Some of you may choose to play going first versions. I may put a video out for those, but until then, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much for being a part of the channel. We're up to over 300 subscribers now. We're still pushing. If you all want to see something specific, let me know. But if not, we'll see you next time.